The name itself, prokaryote, gives us a massive clue here. It comes from the Greek for before the kernel. And that kernel they're talking about, that's the nucleus. So this tells us the most important thing about this design. It's ancient, and it came about before life figured out how to build a central command room.
And you can really see that simplicity right here. In our little studio apartment, there's no separate office to keep the blueprints. The DNA, the genetic material, it's just floating around in the main living space, the cytoplasm. No walls, no rooms, no fuss. It's a super efficient all-in-one design.
Now, don't you dare mistake simple for unsuccessful. This blueprint is an incredible success story. I mean, prokaryotes have been running this planet for over 3.5 billion years. They are still, by a staggering margin, the most numerous organisms on Earth. Their design just works.
So when you hear prokaryote, you're mostly thinking of things like bacteria. And they are everywhere, in the ground, in the ocean, even inside of you right now. There's another group too, called archaea, which are famous for living in some of the craziest, most extreme environments on Earth. Both of them are masters of that simple life.
But then, about 2 billion years ago, evolution dropped a radical upgrade, a complete game changer. Life moved out of that studio apartment and built a mansion. Meet the eukaryote.
And again, the name tells you everything you need to know. Eukaryote means true kernel. This cell has a true nucleus. This one single invention, creating a dedicated, protected room for its DNA, would change the future of life on Earth forever.
The big idea, the secret sauce, was compartmentalization. Instead of having everything just mixed together in one big open space, the eukaryotic cell started building internal walls. It created specialized rooms to do different jobs. And this one change allowed for a level of efficiency and complexity that was just impossible before.
So, the most important new room in the mansion is, of course, the nucleus, the command center. Think of it like a secure vault. By keeping the precious DNA blueprint safe from all the chaos happening in the rest of the cell, life could suddenly become way more organized, way more complex. This was absolutely revolutionary.
And it didn't just stop with the nucleus. Oh no, eukaryotic cells built all sorts of specialized rooms, what we call organelles. They've got mitochondria, which are like tiny power plants generating energy. They've got lysosomes that act as recycling centers. They've got this whole network that works like a factory and the shipping department. It's basically a bustling, organized city all contained within a single cell.
All right, so we've had a tour of the cozy studio apartment and the sprawling mansion. Now it's time to put them side by side for the ultimate blueprint showdown.
This table really breaks it all down for us. The key difference you can see is organization. The prokaryotic studio? Simple, open plan, no nucleus. The eukaryotic mansion, it's got that high-security nucleus to protect its DNA and all those specialized organelles, those rooms, to handle different jobs. And it's that division of labor that allows for much greater size and complexity. It's the difference between a single bacterium and a giant redwood tree.
So you might be thinking, okay, cool. One cell is simple, one is complex. Why does this tiny little architectural detail matter in the grand scheme of things?
Well, because this isn't just a detail. This is the fundamental fork in the road in the story of life. That leap from the studio to the mansion, from the prokaryote to the eukaryote, is what made everything else possible. Without this one massive upgrade in cellular architecture, you, me, every animal, every plant on this planet, we simply would not exist.
I mean, just look at this timeline. For 1.5 billion years, life on Earth was nothing but simple prokaryotic studios. That's it. Then, the eukaryotic mansion finally gets invented. And while it still took a while to get going, that new, more complex blueprint was the essential ingredient for the next great leap, cells learning to work together to build large multicellular creatures.
So you can see the path, right? The whole story leading to us and the world we see today followed these key steps. First, you get the simple but incredibly successful studio apartment. Then, that revolutionary invention of the compartmentalized mansion. And only then, once you had that complex blueprint, could those mansions start to assemble into the vast, amazing neighborhoods that we call plants and fungi and animals. So, these two blueprints, the prokaryote and the eukaryote, they have shaped the entire history of life on our planet. The eukaryotic upgrade was the key that unlocked all the complex life we see around us. Which, leaves us with one heck of a question. After the studio and the mansion, what will life's next great architectural blueprint look like?